What's up, people? Can we be heard? Or as Jackman would say, are we live, bruh? Gonna give it a minute. Get some more people in here.
If you guys can hear us, thumbs up or let us know in the meantime.
What's up, Takun?
Hey, Happy New Year.
Sup, nerd and Mrs. Nerd. That's funny.
It's been a minute. How you guys been? Doing
Been
good.
alright.
Good.
Been alright. Could be better. Been alright.
Okay, they can hear us.
You know, the year is starting off a little strong with negativity and positivity at the same time.
So I guess the first thing, this is kind of going to be like a freestyle chat. We're just going to jump right into it. I thought you was done with YouTube. Oh, I guess you could answer that.
Nah, I just lost inspiration to do videos.
That happens sometimes. Not necessarily with just YouTube, but some people get in like a bit of a funk or they don't feel inspired to do something anymore. I'm not one to talk because I started a natural hair channel. It started to,
It started to grow.
Go good, and then I just didn't really feel inspired to do stuff anymore. And you know how YouTube goes, like you need consistency or you're just easily forgotten because there's so much people
Facts.
doing what you're doing, and it's a matter of what you're doing to make people stick to your content or to come back. But
Plus,
yeah.
I think there's like too much competition out there. That's why I kind of been like laying back, trying to do my own thing. Got back into my old RC car thing. Been literally rebuilding like engines in RC cars, and that's been fun. Literally the other day when I took apart my RC car, it was like a good like 4 or 5 hours.
did it
Like,
freeze?
Oh, yeah, you can't put this away. Whoops.
Hold on, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, you can't put that away. That just has to go in the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it literally took me a good 6 hours to do my RC car, and I've been doing a lot of like research and thinking about like getting either the Traxxas X Max. I don't know if anyone's in the RC cars, or the Armor Creighton or the Armor Outcast. I am gonna get the Armor Infraction though.
It's alright. I've done nothing for a minute now. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Honestly, let me say something about the YouTube app in general. I would most definitely say that social media in general is just going in a completely different direction. And it's not just YouTube, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, OnlyFans, just platforms in general.
We
it's
are
like
not doing an OnlyFans.
huge. Yeah, no, we're not doing an OnlyFans, but actually, I've seen a couple articles lately, or I've seen people talking about OnlyFans lately. And for women who initially was sex workers on there, or people who had actual talents and was, uploading it onto that platform, basically it's been overrun by all the celebrities. It's like it brought so much traction. So I don't know how OnlyFans
What's up, Space Host? By the way, congrats on, you know what? I already know what it is. I told the missus what the
Congratulations.
baby number 3 is, right? Baby number 3.
Somebody asked you battery or gas RC car.
I'm all in battery. I'm all battery. I don't do gas because I do tricks. I do like off-roading, and gas tends to have like a higher, they're much heavier, and heavier RC cars you can't do bashing with, and they'll like break and stuff. Plus, you can't really go that fast off of like gas unless you put tons and tons of money into it, and I don't want to do that. My armor, the Traxxas X Max is already going to be 1,000, and then there's going to be different parts that I'm going to put to it, and I already have a bunch of Forest Lipo batteries that I'm going to use on it.
Okay, yes, congratulations to baby number 3. Everybody congratulate Space Host.
Congrats, bro.
But yes, pretty much to that topic with the OnlyFans.
What's up, Legend?
A lot of people, hey Legend, a lot of people are upset because they're changing a lot of the rules and stuff because, I mean, they don't have to pay out people percentages and stuff as much as they used to before because they're already getting a lot of traction from these celebrities. So why am I going to pay the regular sex worker or person that's promoting whatever videos when I got celebrities to my site that's already bringing hundreds, thousands of people, whoever is subscribing to their stuff? So there's been a lot of people who's, you know, complaining about that and upset about that. And I do think it's messed up. I don't care what people do on OnlyFans or whatever they're trying to promote. I just think it's a little messed up that celebrities in general is just taking over the whole social media realm. Like when I go to Instagram, I used to love Instagram. It's so annoying when I go to my explore page. I'm constantly seeing Megatron. I'm constantly seeing Tory Lanez. I'm constantly seeing like celebrities that I don't even follow celebrities, you know. I don't follow like blog or gossip pages like that. I will go on the Shade Room or those things from time to time, but that's not my primary focus. So it's just annoying to see that that's constantly what I'm seeing on my timeline. Same thing with Facebook. Same thing with YouTube. Initially, it's funny because I have such a diverse YouTube like subscriptions. When I first started, I was following a lot of natural hair and makeup and beauty channels. Now it's just so broad, but still in my explores or like recommended, it's always Will Smith, Sky Jackson, just a whole bunch of celebrities, and it's like I don't want to see these celebrities on a YouTube platform that was made for regular people, you know? And it sucks that they're infiltrating everything.
When YouTube first started, it was all about us. Celebrities didn't look into that. Rappers, musicians, nobody looked into that. They looked down upon YouTube, all of that stuff. And when I was on AGS and I spoke about this, people like Heart 8 and everyone was saying, oh, you know, they had the followers and all this other stuff, but they didn't understand what I meant. Is that because of these celebrities are there, YouTube does not put you in the algorithm anymore to continue your channel growth. They kind of ignore you. Even there, and it's about consistency, right? There are people that I know on YouTube that are funny, that are consistent, that have really good quality. They have personality, have all this stuff, but their channels are shrinking with the more people, the more celebrities that are coming on YouTube and stuff like that. So it's not about like, yeah, those YouTubers like Brie Larson, all of them, they have fans, you know, Logic, they had their fans, all that other stuff. But when it comes down to it, YouTube is like, oh, I don't have to put forward the importance of basically putting you in the algorithm so that people could randomly check into you or run into you. Now you see, how many of you have been on YouTube and you'll see like a YouTube video as an advert of a regular person, not an official celebrity, of a regular person, like a regular me and you paying YouTube advertising money, and you go to that video and that video is still not even getting that much views, maybe 10,000, 4,000. Is trash, bro. What's up, King Darian?
Hey, King. Yeah, Tycoon is literally celebrity tube. And then on top of that, I feel like also these social media platforms are trying to silence.
We haven't been on in forever. First of all, Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas to everyone that we missed and all that other stuff. Like, yeah, we're starting it off with that stuff. But Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys got everything you wanted.
I would like to know, do you guys have, I know the new year just started, and typically we don't have to wait for the new year to have resolutions of things we want to change or alter in our life. But do you guys have any major plans that you're working on, or like how is your year going? I hope everybody's year is going as prosperous as...
I can answer for Space House. He's about to go broke.
Oh, stop.
That baby about to break his pockets.
But yes, what I was gonna say, to piggyback off of the social media stuff, I feel like they're also trying to like just regular people like us. They're trying to silence us. Like, I'm so annoyed with going on Instagram now, and if anybody says anything pertaining to like the C19, you always see something where it says fact check, or this person may or may not be, and it's like some fact check thing that comes up or talks about the guidelines. Like, I feel like you can't even have a personal opinion anymore. Like, we know Donald Trump, he's very bold and he's over the top with some of the things that he say. But I do think it's a little crazy that you see how quick you see how quick they were able to like ban his social media platforms. I understand why they did it with him, but if you look at it on a deeper perspective, it's a little crazy because he's stating his own personal opinion.
I got something to say about that.
They're willing to just shut down people's pages if you don't agree with the agenda, or if you ask basic questions about whatever is going on in the world, and they will ban your stuff.
Well, for Trump.
No, like I said, for Trump, yeah, I understand why they did it for him.
For all the people that were saying, like, you know, freedom of speech and all that other BS, when you join YouTube, when you join Instagram, when you join Twitter, there's this terms of agreement that everybody has to agree to before you get on there. And one of them is violence, abuse, or attack, or anything that could put harm on other people. Once you do that, that's not freedom. There's freedom of speech has to deal with the government. You know, back in the day, like if a king was to basically say some wild shit and you basically disagree with him, he could come in the middle of the night and scoop you and your family up and just end y'all. But freedom of speech now is that the government can't come to your house if you don't agree with what they're saying and scoop you up. Him getting his shit banned, that's because he messed with their agreement, and he was basically creating violence.
What, Ravis? Ravis said, I got banned on Facebook for calling Meghan Markle a bedwench.
Huh.
See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess for them, they can consider it bullying. But if you think about it, let's be real. Even in a black sector of YouTube alone, how many YouTubers do we watch today that talks about celebrity gossip topics or bully other YouTubers?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube don't even follow their own guidelines, but when you talk about somebody that's big or a celebrity, oh, they will shut that down quickly. But let it be somebody in the gaming sector, the beauty community. Guys, the beauty community is so messy. Okay.
Hey, Link says, I'm going tomorrow to my boss and tell him bad things to see if freedom is.
Mukiwara, you better not.
Don't do that. You can say whatever you want, but if you don't like, remember, jobs have this thing called right to fire. They don't even have to tell you why. There are some states or some areas where they don't have that. I'm not sure if that's available in California. Ravish probably may know. But in some states, managers have a right to fire, just like they have the right to with businesses?
Right to hire, right to fire. Basically, they don't have. If a job fires you or don't want to hire you, a lot of times.
I haven't been on Drama Alert, Legend.
No, we didn't die, Super Savage.
What's up, Super Savage? No, we just
we don't talk about what we've been up to. You could go
creators block or YouTube block. There are days that I wake up super excited. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go talk about this because look, CES happened. You guys know I have the inside scoop of what's going on, and I want to make a video. I'll come and I'll sit down in front of the camera. Then I'm like, I don't really want to edit right now because I have to edit for Sony anyways. So it's like sometimes I just stop and I'll just like go and do something else. Lately I haven't even been gaming. If you ask her, honestly, I've been doing VR poker a lot, and I've been doing like
been on the I don't see it in here, but his VR, what is it called?
It's behind you. Oculus Quest.
Let me show you guys.
And I have also been doing Beat Saber. Like, yo, who's like, yo, if you were to tell me that people could lose weight doing VR.
This is what he's been on.
I upgraded the grips because I use it so much more now. I've upgraded the cushions. I've upgraded the actual VR cover. Like, I've upgraded a lot of that stuff. I've lost, I think it was like 15 pounds doing Beat Saber. Yeah, but then I've also been doing like my like I was for all the people that didn't come in. I've been getting heavy back into my RC cars. Uh, Basically, FOMO had to. Oh yeah, yes. Also, there's also that. I also had to silence stop the FOMO. Um, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that I had something to do with that. If you know me, I got to reach out to headquarters. I got to his channel. I got to Robert Zahn, which is head of what do you call it, Valley Electronics, that does a TV shootout. Because what he was saying was some shenanigans, and he had no proof. Nobody on the professional side of Artings, what is it, CNET, nobody was literally not what is it, Digital Trend. Nobody was reporting the stuff that he was saying about how Sony pulled the 900. The amount of marketing we did for that, and then there are people that have no idea that that's not an HDMI spec. It's actually, I mean, it's an HDMI spec. It's not a CPU spec, and all the stuff that he was talking about, like, was very. He even made videos basically telling people to sue Sony, like, and I think that was pretty bold of him. And he didn't speculate anything. He literally said Sony pulled this, we canceled it, and all this other stuff. So I had to reach out to my people, reach out to his people, and stuff like that. Then I had to reach out to people from other sites that I know personally to basically upload a video confirming the information, and then when it was going to come out that Sony was going to speak on it. So, like, that's also something else too. Like, some people may think that I'm just like this guy on YouTube, but I'm a market manager for all of like the Central Valley, all the way down to Sacramento and what's it called, further out. So when I see stuff like that, like, it affects business and stuff like that. It's also some of the reasons why I haven't really started or got back into YouTube, because I don't know where my career is and if I can have a social media life. If you get, like, if you're basically like working for a corporation, can you go speak on certain things? And then, because Sony doesn't look at it as like, I don't work for PlayStation. So me talking about PlayStation, people may be like, oh, well, he disagrees with PlayStation. He works for Sony in the home theater, AV department, projector department. So, things like that. So that's why I really haven't been making videos like that. So I've just been on my like game of like studying like brushless motors and tuning up stuff. I've literally, since this morning, I've been disassembling shocks and putting shock oil, disassembling my motor, putting more oil, differential, stuff like that. So I've just been focusing more on like the technical side of where I could use my mind. But other than that, I've been here with the wife, with the kids, just chilling. So
Says, I don't know why I got the urge to get back into Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and now I'm 200 plus 40 hours deep. That's funny, Takon. Well, he had like a good 2 weeks off or whatever around like the holiday time. So we've been catching up on like a lot of movies and stuff. And when Cobra Kai came out, it's so funny because we literally watched it. Was it 1 or 2 nights?
In 1.5, no, same day.
We finished the whole season 2 of Cobra Kai. It's about 9 to 10 episodes, and what are they, like a half an hour or an hour long? I don't know, but we like binged watched that. We've been watching like a lot of movies. He'll do his gameplay on the Oculus. He'll jump on the thing from time to time. Me, I actually, since we finally moved last year around this time, we were looking at houses, trying to close, move, pack, all that stuff. Well, this year, I got myself back into school. I actually am registered into 2 classes starting next Monday. So trust me, I know with me, when I disappear and I do stuff, I'm never not working. I'm always like on the move or just doing something to like better myself or elevate myself each and every day. So I'm going to be enrolling myself.
What's up, RPG Maniac?
I start classes. I've been watching like a lot of beauty and skincare channels, and let me just say, okay, besides the glasses, besides my brows, my skin has just been looking so flawless lately. I'm like really big on skincare and stuff like that, so I feel good knowing that I don't have to wear any makeup. I just have a nice, clean, clear face. But I still watch makeup videos.
Shut up, Takun. I told you that in private.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what's been up on my end. I've been watching a lot of like makeup tutorials, and I've been like better practicing like my eyeshadow stuff, just so like I know how to do it. But you know, that's pretty much what we've been up to. We've just been finding ways to keep ourselves busy and occupied. On top of that, we already had 2 birthdays since Christmas. My youngest daughter,
hold up,
she's 5.
We got to talk about this.
What?
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This may sound weird. Keep your meat out of your woman between February and March. Don't do it, because the time that the babies are due, they will break your pockets. Right
so
after Christmas, we had the 29th.
The 29th is
And
my
then-
youngest daughter. She just turned 5.
And we've tried putting her Christmas gifts with her birthday.
Nah,
It
that
don't
doesn't
work. It don't work, because on her birthday we throw a party and all this other stuff, and then it's like, nah.
Then
Where's my gift?
January 3rd.
Then the 3rd is my
oldest. He just turned 12.
So we got him an iPhone and a bunch of Fortnite stuff.
And then now on the 24th of this month is the twins' birthday. So we'll have a little break of like gifts and birthdays and holidays. But between December and January, it's just really
Legend
busy.
said he sells skincare products.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I
And
mean,
Legend-
I may support.
Something you said she got into, and wow, he said that he started buying stocks.
Oh, okay. So we could talk about that, because that's another thing that I've been eyeballing. I've been looking on like Yahoo Finance. I've been looking on Google information, but so far, within the last
RPG
week,
Maniac, you can't. If it's on Christmas Day and you try to give him a gift the same day with his Christmas stuff, they're not having it.
But what I do is usually honestly, I think we did really well this year. Again, I'm like the budgeter. So when we bought their gifts and stuff, there was just a couple things that we just put aside. Like, okay, well, we'll give this and this to her for her birthday, and we'll give this to her for Xmas. Same thing with my son. So, you know, I don't think it's really that deep, but I just think it's funny. Like December and January, it just consists of holidays, birthdays, and a lot of time off and family stuff. So, you know.
And then it's like,
Space hoes.
buying gifts on like when you have as many kids as us, when it's their birthday and you buy them gifts, you got the other kids just looking at them like.
And it's like, no, don't do that, because.
So we'll do is we'll buy gifts, but we'll buy gifts that they all could use. You know, we'll buy like 1 or 2 personal thing, and then hold up, GameStop stock got saved by Microsoft. That's a fact. I've actually been looking into GameStop stocks. If it goes up, we could talk about that too. What was I saying? We can go to like.
Oh, we were talking about stocks and Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
But lately I've just been into.
So hold on. So I was saying.
Okay.
So I was saying when we buy gifts, like we'll buy 1 or 2 personal things that they can keep for themselves, but then we'll buy one that everybody could use.
I gotta pick speeches with these 2.
Yep.
Gifts. Yeah. What was I gonna say? So literally within like the last 2 weeks or so, I probably bought like at least 28 to 30 stocks, and I'm still not done. I know a lot of people like to flock to the more common names, or, you know, the Teslas, the Apples, the Googles, the Amazons, and that's good.
Oh, before you get deep into that, so something I want to say, because we've always dropped a little bit of knowledge and stuff like that. For everyone that's got a lot of money and it's just sitting in a savings account, it's doing you no good.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, when it comes to making money, you got to have your money fluctuate, and you got to keep that money going. Think of a hurricane. You know, in order for the eye to get bigger, it has to circulate or whatever. Well,
you can cash out of your stocks, all that stuff. If you're sitting there on, like, let's say $2,500, $10,000 in your savings account, take, I don't know, a quarter of that and put it into some stocks. and just basically
you don't
you
need
barely,
a certain amount.
you barely lose that money. If anything, you use a fraction of, like, let's say you put $5 into something and it goes down, you lose $1 or a quarter off of that. It's better to have chances of the money going up.
Oh, that's dope. Like okay, anime. He said his cousin's birthday is on Christmas. That's perfect. So there's your birthday present and your Christmas gift if celebrated. You want to invest in my cryptocurrency? Only $100.
I've been staying out of cryptocurrency.
Well, see, I'm getting into crypto. The one that I was interested in was
Nintendo
Litecoin, Ethereum. I think that's how you say it. And I know cryptocurrency scares a lot of people away because when you look at Bitcoin, one Bitcoin is like over almost $33,000. But you don't have to put that. You can buy a percentage of that. So, I mean, I know a lot of people, when they got their stimulus, they took their $500-$600 and just put it into Bitcoin. And you will see a big turnaround with something, like that.
Cryptocurrency is going to go up because everyone's shopping online.
And you also got to think about this. When it comes to stocks, you want to think futuristic. Mm-hmm. So, of course,
like everybody... if you're a Nintendo fanboy or something, don't go buy Nintendo stocks if you're a fan of that company. Look at the history of where it's going, the possibilities and things like that. Like, I wish I knew about, like, buying stocks back in the day when Amazon first came out. I would have dumped, like, a whole bonus into that joint.
Yeah. And when it comes to stocks in general, like he said, don't just think about the likeliness of the company and it's like, yeah, I want to support. Mm-hmm. Think of long term. Like, for instance, honestly, I thought that the C-19 vaccines would have been good. I'm invested into 2. I have a couple shares in 2 of the vaccines. But thinking about it now, especially because there's been a few issues or there's been not so great press around the vaccines, I noticed that the stocks has been going down. So you have to look at things with a futuristic mindset, mm-hmm. you know.
And also look into Acorn. Like, if you have kids, look into Acorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know sometimes when people get, like, you know, like a large lump sum of money, like the stimulus and stuff, if you have a job and you're working and you're getting the stimulus, don't think of, like, what you're going to spend it on and blow it. Basically, think about, hey, where can I put this money because I didn't have it before? Because if you're paying your bills, your mortgage, your rent, and everything on time, and you've got money away, saving away and all that stuff, you basically put some of that money somewhere else. Like, when we got a stimulus, I gave that to her to invest into stocks and stuff like that. Because we didn't need that money. We didn't need that money to do anything. Because we could use our money to go on vacation right now, buy gifts and all this other stuff. So don't take that money and go spend it, splurge on something.
We only spent a fraction of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't spend money. Literally,
I'm the worst. This is why she's the accountant.
Yeah, like, I will buy myself something sometimes here and there, but I don't OD with it. I would never, like, jeopardize paying a bill or something important. I prioritize everything. So from time to time, if I do buy something, that's just me doing something nice for myself because I feel like I deserve that shit. Okay?
That is true. People have been, what's up, Android? People gonna pay their debt with their stimulus. Yeah, I hear that. Just remember, too, if you had a hard time paying off that debt, you know what I'm saying? Think of it like, if you had a hard time paying off that debt, when you dump that money back into that debt, could that debt continue to basically hurt you? Like, let's say you had a credit card.
Let me better explain that. When it comes to paying off, and I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's fine.
No, I know he gets irritated by that stuff. That's why I'm saying it.
You can tell if my nose flares up, but no.
I could tell when he gets irritated when I cut him off, but I just want to piggyback off what he said real quick. When it comes to paying off a debt, let's say you have something in collections, right? People think sometimes when they make payments or pay it off that's going to necessarily fix their credit. What you need to find out from the company and all 3 boroughs is that by you paying off that debt, if it's going to just stay there, and show that you paid it off, or it's going to be wiped from your credit. Because I'll be damned if I pay off a debt and it's still going to be sitting there on my credit. No, I need to know that you guys are going to wipe this off my name, or it's going to show like it's not a delinquency anymore. So I actually made that mistake a few years ago. Comcast screwed me over really bad. We turned in like the cable boxes and stuff. And then when you move to a new area, they always have like these people that try to get you good deals with Comcast and cable companies. And they basically put me in collections with Comcast. And I'm like, why am I in collections? I'm still with Comcast now. And they were explaining to me, oh, well, it's showing you owe X amount. It was like $300 to $400. So, of course, try to dispute. Find out if it's in your budget to make payments. Go for it. If you want to just pay it off in one shot, always find out if it's going to be taken off your credit report.
Unfortunately, that's all we got out here.
Yeah, I hate Comcast. Yeah. My wife and I put to the side in the savings going towards the house. That's what's up, AC. Yeah, and
Not necessarily. So companies have been getting slick with it. So what they'll do is, like, if it's gone on like 6-7 years, they'll put it to another company, and then they'll try to call you from different numbers. And if you pick the phone up, it reactivates and starts all over again.
Yep.
So that 7-year shit, they're slick about that.
It depends on the company. If it's like car loans or something really big, then yes, it's harder for those things to come off of your name. So don't be fooled by that. And if it has been 7 years, reach out to the credit bureaus, go on Google, go on a website, look at basic templates to write to the 3 boroughs and find out, like, let them know, like, hey, it's been a 7th year mark. I need this off my name, because they will try to delay that as long as they can. Good to know, because I have Comcast for internet right now and hopefully going to move soon. Yeah, and just definitely find out about that. Comcast, for some reason, I'm always having issues with Comcast, Like, I remember when we first moved to Cali, we turned in our cable boxes. No, when we moved to Cali from Connecticut, they wanted us to turn in our old cable boxes and then put out the new one. What's that?
That's the car that I want. That's the Traxxas X-Max. That's a 1/6 scale RC car. Fire.
Yeah, and Comcast is just always giving problems. So just always look for clarity when it comes to debt.
People think that Comcast sucks. You know what's wrong with Comcast? Their devices, they're like T-Mobile. They throttle you when you think that even when you're just started, the best thing you could do, get rid of their modem, go buy your own modem, and then go buy your own router. Do not use their modem. They know how to throttle your modem. They never give you the full data. Then with their modem, they're always doing updates. So while they're doing updates at night or like 2 o'clock with most people, where our internet goes out at 2 or 1 in the morning, when you use, like, let's say,
I hate that.
Arcos, I think that's the name of the modem that I'm going to try to get. They can't throttle. They'll still do downloads and updates, but they don't throttle your internet. They don't slow it down and all this other stuff. People think that they're getting like the highest bandwidth. Like us, I think we got like the business 1 terabyte or whatever. It is the highest that they offer for business. And my internet speeds are not that fast.
Yeah.
And when I spoke to somebody that works directly for Comcast, my homegirl, over at one of the locations that I cover, she said get rid of that modem. She showed me hers, like her router from her app, like the bitrate and upload, and then she showed that she had her PC connected. She was downloading movies from her PC. Yo, there's a huge difference. If you can get rid of their modem, take that modem back there, say you can have this, and buy your own.
If you get trapped by debt collector, ask them. Yeah, I always ask for the original contract. Yep. See, I love
what's
like
up,
how
what's up? What's that? Brazy Jeezy?
Jazzy. We know who that is.
Oh.
Yeah, we know who you are. Hey, never had a problem with Comcast Xfinity. I use my own modem and router. Yeah. See, I like when we talk about topics like this because other people can piggyback or chime in, and we're all somehow helping each other with something in this life. Okay. I'm in a DMV and my speed is 300, and every test I do shows Close to or above that Comcast modem. Is that accurate?
Yeah. So you want to basically get rid of that modem and get a different one. You want a modem that basically has no throttling, that gives you the full pull through.
You know what internet service I liked? When we was living in New York, I really liked, was it called Optimum or Optimus? Start with an O. Mm-hmm. Do you remember?
Optimum.
I thought that the internet speed with that was really good. Mm-hmm. But I feel like since I came to Cali, like, it's always lagging, especially since the pandemic when people been staying home and people was on lockdown.
When we were in Florida and we had Comcast, they used to shut down at like 11, 12 o'clock. We couldn't go on the internet for like a good 2 hours.
I said earlier this year. Earlier last year, like the height of, lockdown, I remember like around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, I would always have to turn the automatic Wi-Fi off my phone because it would just be spinning. Nothing's happening. Mm-hmm. I used to get irritated. And it used to happen sometimes late night, like after midnight between 1 and 2 a.m.
What's up, Arcade?
We got Charter, where I'm from. Okay.
I heard of Charter. I don't know where that's at.
You're trying to make your internet run like it's on dial-up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you think about it, if you're a TV provider with internet, right, and you sell cable boxes to give you internet, mm-hmm. I mean to give you TV shows and then subscribe to like specific like HBO Max and all this other stuff. If people get rid of your boxes, and they get rid of your TV services, and they just get internet, how do you keep making your money? You cap their internet, you charge more for their internet, and then you throttle it so that they feel that they need to buy more. And then if you have a cap on it, you got to pay the extra $50 to have uncapped data, So they have to find a way to make up the money for all the people that's got rid of cable boxes and HD channels and all this other stuff.
Oh my gosh, speaking of that, I remember my sister told me to start watching Black Ink Crew.
Yo, Blaze, what's good, man?
Hey, Blaze, thank you for the super chat.
I don't.
Happy New Year.
Blaze never reached out to ask for my phone number. We don't game together. You know what I'm saying? I've known Blaze for almost 7 years, and I've never spoke to this man in real life. We have never gamed together. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Thank you, though, Blaze.
What was I gonna say? On Amazon Prime, they had the Black Ink Crew reality show. Yeah. And basically, my sister, I'm on like her account because she had to pay a few, I don't know, $6, $7 for the other episodes of Black Ink. And she was asking me the other day, like, hey, did you get to this season? Yo, let me tell you. If I'm not watching cable anymore and I'm on YouTube or a streaming service, I do not want to see all these ads and commercials.
The streaming commercials, it's
really
horrible.
Bad.
So I don't know why we just started watching Black Ink Crew because it was funny.
Yeah, we just started it, and
the first two seasons or 3. It was cool, but once we got to like the 3rd or 4th season, there's like 3 or 4 commercials that they play in rotation. Tell me why the intro of Black Ink Crew is playing, an ad will come on. And then as it comes back, they'll talk about like what's going to happen in the show, an ad will come on in less than 2 minutes.
It's so ridiculous. It's honestly, I would say it's a good 12 to 15 minutes of ads in rotation, to the point where I just got turned off from watching the show. I'm like, yo, not even TV has this much commercial.
Nope.
And it's like my sister, she's paying a subscription already to watch it. And I guess she said they want you to pay almost double of that if you don't want ads. And I'm like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, the direction of the way TV and internet and social media is going, it's just going in a completely different direction. Check Twitter. I'm going to send you my number. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys definitely got to link up. Have you guys watched a show called Blacklist?
Steve, was it? Reggie? All right, so Steve, should you get the Xbox Series X or the PS5? it comes down to how you play your
Preference.
games.
Personal preference.
If you game
When it
on
comes
like
down to
this sounds bad. If you game on a budget, right? Are you literally gonna go out and buy every new game that comes out, or you're gonna jump on Game Pass and play the Game Pass games? What is in Game Pass right now? Let me look. Let me launch that right quick.
Ooh.
You have your Halos, you have your Forza, you have your Microsoft exclusives that's on there. You have Human Flatfall. You have a whole bunch of games that's on there that you could play. You have Injustice. You have all of that stuff that you could play. Edith Finch. They've added a bunch of games on there. If you play MMO, they have Sea of Thieves. They actually just went ahead and added Dragon Quest. What is it? This is the S version, so you get the better soundtrack. You have a lot of games that's on there, right? But if you want to be able to play with countless amount of peoples, you want to be able to jump on the server, even with a game that's like not like popular. If you want to play that game that didn't sell like 12 million copies, you're probably going to be better off on a PlayStation, because there's so many PlayStations out there in the wild. You have a better chance of playing with people online with, let's say, a niche game to play online with. Or you could literally, because if you were to say, let's say there's a game that doesn't have crossplay and you go buy an Xbox and then you try to play that game, you have less chances of being able to play with people online. Like, I don't think Monster Hunter is on Xbox as crossplay. So you have to worry about how many people bought that game to play with them online. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, when you go on PlayStation, you see that they're getting all the updates. You see that they're getting all of like the expansions, the exclusive expansions. So it all comes down to it. It comes down to what you want to play, the way you play your games. If you're gaming on a budget, you'll have people say if you're gaming on a budget, you shouldn't be buying a console anyways. I don't agree with that. There's other ways to game.
I can agree with that to a certain extent, but again, I think it just depends on what type of gamer you are, what type of games you're into, and like how frequent you're going to be playing games. That's what I would think, but I mean...
But if you want like a true next-gen experience, get the PlayStation 5. You get a better controller, you get more new games that you can't experience anywhere else. This year, PlayStation alone is going to have more games that's not going to be coming on Xbox, not going to be on PS4. More exclusives, and you can play third-party games. And if you care about what games perform better, as of right now, since last year, it came down to even though the Xbox is more powerful,
hey, Willie,
more games have been running better on the PlayStation 5 than the Series X.
Whichever you get, PS5 or Series X, you can always buy the other one a year later when it's cheaper. Yeah, I was also saying that when the PS5 came out. I mean, I'm not one to be hype over a new console and have to get it first. I know a lot of people who are waiting for the PS5 to come out so they don't have to fight for a pre-order or whatever.
It's not that hard to find an Xbox Series X now. It's still hard to find a PlayStation 5.
Oh, Annabelle, you know I was going to talk about AOT.
We haven't started yet because we want to wait till all the episodes are out.
Yeah, I'm just knowing I'm in no rush to watch it. But you know what show I want to watch? So there's two I am indecisive about right now. Maybe you guys can help me decide. And they are so opposite of each other. So I was thinking of finally getting into Game of Thrones or The Wire. So if you guys were going to choose, if anybody's seen both or either or, which one you guys think I should start first?
Knowing you and the type of stuff that you're into, The Wire.
Yeah, but you know what? I can see myself. I started
this girl
watching...
watches crimes. What's the channel you watch?
Oh, I watch a lot of crime and psychology channels.
Psychology, crime, detective stuff. You're better off watching The Wire. Because with Game of Thrones...
Both. Okay, Space Host, but which one first? Okay, someone said The Wire. I don't know what The Wire is, but watch that. Yeah. The Office. My little brother told me to watch it. But you know what? I actually started...
What's up, Thug Nasty?
I actually started both a while ago. So I started some of season 1 of The Wire, and
we want to watch that. The Office.
Yeah, I actually heard The Office was pretty good. I like the theme song. I love. Okay, yeah, I like crime dramas too. Game of Thrones first.
You know what? I've gotten all the way up to the sister's brother getting gold poured on his head, the Aquaman dude getting killed, and I have
on his name.
I have no Jason Momoa. I watched it. I watched every single episode in depth, and I fall asleep.
Okay.
And I'm big into RPGs and like Final Fantasy, because people think that Final Fantasy is just like go kill monsters, but there's a lot of politics within that game too. So you would think I'd love Game of Thrones, but I just don't.
Here's the thing. I would say this, because like I said, I started to watch both of them about a year ago or so at different times, and I would say with both shows, they are those type of shows where you cannot miss like an episode, or you're gonna be lost because it's just too many characters or too many casts that's in the show. And when he started, I hate when we watch shows together and he watches it ahead, because now I'm like, who's this? What's going on? Why did this happen? He's dead?
Big Jaw just did an actual video about that, how his girlfriend broke up with him and he was trying to figure out why, and then she finally was like, okay, what's this? She turns on Netflix. And he's like, okay. And then she was like, you're on season 3. We were on season 2, episode 1. He's like, I just fell asleep with the TV on, man. You know, you just keep running.
Office is indeed great.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, season 8 of Game of Thrones doesn't make sense. You know, Arcade 24/7, a lot of people said that about Game of Thrones, especially people who also read the book, I guess. A lot of people were very disappointed with the direction it went the last 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. And I hate when that happens. And you know what's crazy? For someone who said if I watched Power to watch The Wire, I actually started watching Power, I think the last season or so. I think the last season or 2, I just got fed up with
The Sun. The Sun was just getting...
Tariq's face just irritated me.
The Sun was just getting away with too much shit that made no sense of how... If this was real gangster life stuff, he would have got picked off. So the Ganker acts, 101 acts, Western RPG or JRPG. Western RPGs like Fallout, mm-hmm. Japanese RPGs, the stuff that we play. Japanese RPG 100% friends.
I probably would pick Japanese RPGs because of...
You've got Breath of Fire. Yeah. You've got Final Fantasy. You've got Chrono Trigger. Some of the best RPGs ever are Japanese JRPGs. But Western RPGs are good too. Like Baldur's Gate is great. Neverwinter Nights is absolutely stunning. Mm-hmm. Pillar is absolutely stunning. But there are more great JRPG games that you can always go back to.
So, Obey Anime is asking you, what are your thoughts on the people running to the Capitol?
Oh, yeah. we could talk about that.
Go ahead. Let's tell them your thoughts.
So, me, if I was still in the service and I was there, I would have pulled off at least 7 whole magazines. Like, I don't understand. Like, there was people that was running in. There were people that got in, and no one got hurt except for that one woman that ended up losing her life. Like, I just feel that this was either staged or Trump literally called off all the guards. But then when they got inside to like the living quarters, and you've got literally Secret Service agents pointing guns at people with the door barricaded, and nobody pulling off triggers. Like, if you feel as a Secret Service agent, or if you're police, if you're in the military, if you feel threatened that people are trying to break through a barricade and you don't know what they have, you have all rights to just let off a few rounds. You don't got to take them out, shoot them in the leg or something. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel that stuff was staged. I think it was crazy. There were people that were climbing the windows to get in, climbing banisters.
Hold on. I wouldn't say that I think it was staged. But I definitely think some people in the government knew about it because there's people that's getting arrested today. That's obvious because there's certain cops and stuff that's getting arrested for opening the doors or letting people through barricades and stuff. So I wouldn't say it was staged, but they
I felt
probably
that they
knew
went
about
soft.
it.
When they heard that Black Lives Matter, which I don't agree with, when the black community was basically doing protesting and they were going to the Capitol, they had guns, they had mace, they were popping off rubber rounds the moment somebody got close. This is not the same case. And so people were basically saying that they knew that Black Lives Matter, or when the protesting was going to happen for black people, they knew it was going to happen, so they had time to get there. Apparently, they knew that this was going to happen for a little bit, and they just had small security there.
Yeah, Takon, I agree with you. It was definitely allowed to happen. I definitely think that for some people that work in the government, it was definitely an inside job. Some people definitely knew about it or turned a blind eye to what was going on. I just thought when I saw the pictures online, it's not funny, but it was funny to just see. I saw something online where the podium was trying to be auctioned off on eBay, and I'm like, you have idiots stealing podiums and just taking pictures with their feet up on Nancy Pelosi, whatever. I'm like, what the heck it was just too much that was going on. I actually saw something online where they said, because, the inauguration is on the 20th, I heard that I think in DC, I don't know if it's going to be on lockdown or not, but I do know supposedly it was going to be people coming out there with, like, Trump supporters coming out there with guns and stuff, which is why I guess they have it on lockdown.
Obe Anime says, hold on.
Wondering.
Takun says, you really think that they let people run our country going to work with no security measures? That's what I'm saying. Then they said they definitely let them people in. Plus, people knew exactly where certain political offices were. Obe Anime says, what's it called? DC Nerd Talk. I'm still wondering how people got into the Capitol. People don't understand how hard it is to get into the Capitol.
That's what I was saying.
You see people were inside Nancy's office. They didn't even call the National Guard.
That's what I was going to say, Obey. I remember years ago, there was a lady who was murdered. Well,
the lady that accidentally turned into
you can't even step on the grass without them. Like, they are shooting you to kill you because, they have to take certain security measures when it's pertaining to stuff like that. So there was
especially
something
at a time like
shady.
this where COVID, someone could run up in there with coughing in everyone's face. So you don't know. Like, especially at a time like this, you would think security would be on more high alert. Yeah. And regardless of all of that, my biggest problem with that is that when other countries look at us from the outside, they're laughing at us because we don't know how to control stuff. Personally, I don't think anything like this could happen in China. I do think we are the laughing stock. You try to run up into, like, the palace in China, you're getting blazed at the front gate. And I'm not talking 1 or 2 rounds. You try to do this in Thailand, you probably end up chopped up along with your family. You try to do this in, the Philippines, dead. You know what I'm saying? There's other parts of the world where you can't do this in Iran. You can't do none of this anywhere else. Anywhere else. Even Italy, bro. Like, come on, man.
They got snipers to make sure you don't get close. At least that's how it is at the White House. You're absolutely right about that, Takon. AC said the dude who flew from Florida to the Capitol was caught and apprehended in seconds. Yeah, I definitely think, it's crazy. But someone said something earlier about, it was Obey Anime. When you were talking about Power, he was telling you that Power Book 2, Tariq does not get away with a whole lot in the new season. He actually cost people their lives with his mistakes, and he see what his dad went through. Okay, well, see, we actually never got that far. Look, but I know around the time...
Growing up in Brooklyn, there were people that I knew that did things they weren't supposed to. And, there were young kids that tried to do that stuff. How easily they got caught, beat up, gangs slapped up, all of that. A kid like him doing the stuff that he did wouldn't have lasted 2 weeks.
I couldn't stand Tariq in the show. I couldn't stand the wife in the show. It was so much people. Honestly, I really, really had a liking for Ghost. I didn't like Tommy at one point. but he is one loyal dude, you know. But I think sometimes he doesn't think things all the way through, and he was very erratic with his decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I did like Tommy. I did like Ghost for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he started to get a little soft in the end. But I get he was trying to change his life around. He was trying to do good. But
I did not get a 3080 because I was waiting for the 3080 Ti, and I heard that got postponed.
F Tariq.
So I'll wait. I'm still gonna wait. There's no need for me. As a matter of fact, one of my locations I cover, the GM's holding a 3090 in the back for me. It's not even showing up in inventory, but he's just holding it for me.
Oh,
and it's an Asus.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's just holding it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, cause yo, can y'all tell her real quick how much a 3090 is going for on sold by scalpers? Just go ahead and put the price in there for me in the comment section.
Why don't you just tell me
No.
I
I want you to see.
Hey, Siri.
She don't know.
Hey,
and
Siri.
she dumb as hell.
How much is a 3080?
3090.
Oh, I see that. Siri ain't even answering.
Exactly. She don't even know what that is. Probably gonna do some math calculations. Siri's the dumbest AI I've ever met, bro. And that's the one thing I hear that Microsoft does not, Apple does not update. I can't remember the last time they went and said that Siri has been updated to do more things. Like, nah, man, she dumb. You ask Siri to go find something or look up something, like, nah. Yeah, that's how much that card goes for. And it's $14.99 normally, but scalpers are selling it for that price. So he's just holding it for me.
Mm-hmm. Tommy is shoot first, act later. Ghost was a beast. F Tasha, Mary J. Blige was lit. See, I actually wait. Is Method Man also in the new season? Because I think people are talking about him as well. So if you guys think it's worth watching, maybe I would give that a try. But I know like lately,
no, Alexa's way smarter than Siri.
Yeah, I like Alexa. But yeah.
Oh, so while we're on that, real quick before we move to something else. Do you guys think that something should happen to Trump? Or you think that nothing will happen to him because he's a president? I heard talks of people saying that something may possibly happen to him, but we don't know yet. We're not 100% sure.
I think the reason why he wanted to be reelected is because he probably knows he might get arrested for like things he's done in the past. Like his past is catching up to him. So I feel like that's part of the reason why he was so adamant about staying in office. And I just feel like at this point he doesn't even care.
I think he's just a rich, stubborn kid that just wants things his way.
Okay, so he was a lawyer in the show, Method Man. Okay. Yeah, but no point now because he's out in a couple days. Yeah, he gotta go. That's what I'm saying. So how do you guys think Biden is gonna do? Because I already told you guys my stance when it comes to politics and stuff. I just feel like for the mass majority of us, like the public and regular people, I don't feel like voting for a president and stuff, it makes a big difference. But I feel like if you were to vote locally in your state or in your county, I think that's far more of a difference than presidency, if that makes sense. But I would definitely say... yeah, Trump, I mean, his time is up. So it's like, I don't even care at this point, you know? Biden is the new president. We just got to deal with it. And I just think at this point, we just got to, like, see how all of this plays out with Biden. It's no point in being upset. I know a lot of people are upset. Some people are happy. Some people are upset. Some people are like, whatever. At this point, I feel like it's really nothing we can do but just sit back and see like how this whole thing plays out. Mm-hmm. I know supposedly Biden, I'm going to tell you guys what his latest proposal was because sometimes I keep up with politics, but not too much. But
I don't.
Yeah, I do it sometimes, but I'm going to tell you guys real quick what Biden calls for. So that stimulus that he was giving out, I do know that supposedly we're supposed to get another remaining $1,400 from the $600 that, you know, everybody was getting. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get out of albums. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here is what he's proposing, like right now. Direct payments of $1,400 to most Americans, bringing the total relief to $2,000, including December's $600 payments. Increasing the federal per week unemployment benefit to $400 and extending it to the end of September. Increasing the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour. Extending the eviction and foreclosure moratoriums until the end of September. $350 billion in state and local government aid. $170 billion for K to 12 schools and institutions of higher education. $50 billion towards C-19 testing, and $20 billion towards a national vaccine program in partnership with states, localities, and tribes. That's supposedly all what he promises once he gets in the office. We do know right now that Democrats are running the House, so supposedly I think they probably would give a little more aid. There are a lot of people who have Republican-like beliefs that would believe it's not good to be too dependent on all these aids and stuff that Democrats propose. So, yeah, I guess we'll just see how everything plays out. Right, Biden is still loading.
What's up,
we'll
Money
believe
Matt?
it when we see it. We'll see what happens. You heard how tax returns got delayed to February? Yes, I heard about that. People are still waiting on their stimulus. It's ridiculous.
I'm fine with waiting.
Yeah, but a lot of people are a bit upset about that. It's like, why? Like, why are you delaying people filing their taxes? It's really
the government's
stupid.
paying out a lot of money, but I wouldn't say as much as other states.
Yeah, we
like
all paying
me,
for
I think what should have happened was total close down. And what I mean by that is nobody going to work. Businesses are not getting closed down because no one's going to work. The government actually giving us like payments, like, I don't know, like a little bit of money to buy food and all that. And no one could leave. No one, as a matter of fact, mortgages and bills, everything freezes. And if not freezes, I'm talking the mortgages have to freeze, businesses payments have to freeze, all of that just completely closes. And then, you still got to pay your like cell phone bill. But the thing is, that stuff gets dropped to like, I don't know, like 75% discount until everything's set up, everything's fixed. Because I personally feel that the more people that you keep telling them to go to work, like they just had a scare at one of the locations I went to. Like I went into to sit down and talk to management about his data and numbers. The moment I walked into the door, it's like, yo, we just had to quarantine the whole home theater department of like 6 people. I just turned around and walked the right back out.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like,
I mean, I know there's still some people out there that
like in the circle of like the Central Valley area that I cover, like I'm hearing more and more cases popping up in like local retailers than compared to last year. So is this shit even going down, or is it getting popular? Because I didn't know anybody or anyone in my circle that of businesses having that. So
well, I actually saw something yesterday that said the C-19 cases in Los Angeles has went up to 1 million people or something like that. DC, what GPU do you have, and are you getting a 3090?
yeah, I have right now the 2080 Ti Strix Edition. I'm an Asus fanboy, 100%.
You're right, Space Host. Yeah, the IRS is delayed because they probably got to get out any little stimulus or whatever they're trying to do, because all of that is tied into your taxes when you file.
And to Steve, I want to see what this 3080 Ti is going to do, the price compared to the 3090. I don't do animation rendering. I don't render animation for like Pixar or something, so I don't need that type of because it's not a huge performance in gaming. It's like almost only like a good 10 to 15% in gaming. So I unless you do like graphics rendering and animation, there's no reason to own a 3090 unless you want to say I have the most expensive video card that absolutely does only sometimes 2 to 3 or 10 frames higher than somebody else. So I want to see what the 3080 Ti does before I jump the gun, because the 30 Ti is going to be a beneficial jump from what I have now, and I'm not doing graphics rendering like that. Then I'm going to do that. I'm not about to spend $1,400 to do stuff for a graphics card I'm not going to use to its fullest potential. Plus, I'm also waiting because I'm probably gonna update my motherboard and my processor pretty soon to do AMD's new 5000 series.
A word.
Yes.
I feel you, but I worked all through 2020 and been good. Maybe I was lucky.
I have been working all through 2022. I've been definitely
industry.
Good.
Yeah, I can say I'm grateful for some people who wasn't fully affected from the pandemic. I do feel bad for a lot of people who was very dependent on unemployment or not getting through with unemployment or depending on these funds. So I feel really bad for people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or people whose who's in certain markets that's not considered essential workers, how bad they've been affected by this.
Yeah.
If you could have handled this pandemic instead of Trump, how would you handle this? Trump gotta go. How did we get another strain of C-19?
I kind of just basically went into that. So I wanted to just basically I would close everything for at least a month or two. Or actually, for a good like 3-4 months.
Like a few months, just to see how things play out.
And if anyone caught it, it's basically in a closed quarantine area. Actually have like hospitals come pick up people that have it, and then take them to the hospital or basically quarantine them within their homes. Only one member of a family could leave to go buy food. Restaurants would have to close. They wouldn't be charged any business fees or anything like that. Target, Amazon, they would have to drop down to only 10% employment within business, and those people would still be getting help with their finances coming in. So let's say Target has 100 people working at any moment, that drops down to only 10%, and that they're only going to be working in the food department. That's it, to basically stock food, 1 to 2 registers to people come and buy food and all that other stuff. And if your business actually does curbside pickup or curbside delivery, because Target and stuff like that does that now, that's basically what I would do. I would basically only allow people to come pick their food up. If you're going to come in, only one member of a family could come in. I know Costco right now is doing 2 people only in, and that's also considering kids. But I think that's why doing that now. It should have been the get-go, and it should have been only one family member, and if you need help, there's employees there to help you with that type of stuff. As for mortgages, all of that would freeze, because there are people that are losing their homes right now because they can't pay their mortgage, because businesses are closed and stuff like that. Small mom and pop businesses can't stay open during stuff like this because people are too afraid to go out and eat, and then most people don't want to go eat outside in the tent. You go to eat in these businesses because that's something that you want to do. You consider that some sort of entertainment, or I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
But that's why I said sometimes.
But that's what I would do differently.
Well, I feel like even though that's what they're trying to implement sometimes, I feel like it's only for, again, people like us, regular people, because when you go to a place like Florida or Georgia, celebrities are always out doing these Bow Wow, I think in Houston, Texas last weekend, he did a huge, I don't know if it was a concert, a party, or a club, whatever, and it was packed and nobody had on masks. So you are going to have a huge sector of the population that questions if this pandemic thing is just if it's real.
Yeah,
if it's a pandemic, if it was planned.
Some of her best friends in Florida, every time you go to their Instagram, they're out at parties.
Everybody is out, so
everybody. They got white. What did Jamaicans call it? White clothes party.
Just white parties, but what I'm saying is I understand why some people do feel, or they're side eyeing the whole pandemic or plandemic. DC, who you got in Tony versus Heartache Showdown?
Wait, what's happening with Tony?
He should be ashamed of himself. Yeah.
What's happening with Tony? I know who Tony is, but I don't know what's going on. I haven't been I'll watch some shows every now and then. I don't even know if Weapon Wheel had any podcasts. I've watched Press Start once or twice since they've been back. And I've listened to Heartache's thing for about a half hour one day, or an hour. And that's about it. I really haven't been like staying up in the topics. You see that I barely even post anymore on Twitter.
To be honest, I kind of like that he doesn't, because I don't like him in any drama stuff. Tony and 8 is fighting over being gay.
What?
Huh?
What? Wait.
Well, I mean, I don't know who Tony is, but I know 8 has a girlfriend, so I mean, I don't see why that would be a fight, but...
Oh, wait, are y'all talking about the thing about, like, if you only watch porn, he only watches if a guy has a large meat versus a guy that's small meat? And I guess Heart 8 was like, why does that matter? Is that what y'all talking about?
The heck?
Yeah, like, I don't... That's wild, bro. If that's what I think it is...
Are they really fighting, or is it just like a friendly roast type thing?
I don't think they're really fighting, but 8 has a problem with like gays, and he questions their stuff. So, yeah, not gays like that.
And you know what? That's his opinion. I don't bash or get mad if somebody don't agree
think I've
with.
Ever watched the porn like looking for a specific actor.
I'm sure that's what they're talking about. Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever like specifically looked for like, is he packing? Oh no! I want to see what he does. Like, no, I don't.
Okay, so it's like a friendly batter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wild. I don't know, man. Like, I've never actually done that. If anything, I look for the actress.
Well, at least it's no major beef or anything that's going on. If it's just like a friendly roast here and there, then I don't see anything wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. Yo, there's times
somebody said it's not friendly. BS. Watch AGS live. He was mad as F at Tony. Oh, dang. I didn't. Dang.
Hey, man, don't be mad at people's preferences, man. You know, some people like Asians, some people like, BBCs, some people like redheads, some people, I've heard of things that there's shit fetishes, feet fetish, all that. There's porn where people watch chicks doo-doo.
Friendly batter.
So, you know what I'm saying? You can't knock a person for their choice and stuff that they watch.
Yeah, but I think in this day and age, I feel like some people are so sensitive. You can't have an opinion nowadays. If you don't agree with like the vast majority, you are a phobia of, or you're phobic of whatever, or you're anti whatever, and you're bashed
like you,
for
Takun.
it. Some people like black women. That's what I'm saying. Preference is preference.
Takun is obsessed
your opinion
with
is
them
your
sisters.
opinion. As long as, look, like when it comes to like the LGBTQ plus this, that, queer, whatever, I don't even know all the alphabets, but when it comes to that,
do they keep adding more alphabets to new stuff that happens?
I don't know. But what I do know is that, I mean, look, I work around these people. I knew some lesbians. I know some bisexual people. It does not bother me as long as you're not implementing it on me. When the same way how you can respect me being a straight female, I can respect you being gay, queer, like I don't care because it's not my business. I don't care. You
know what I've never understood? Like I have no problems with people with their sexual preference and all that other stuff, or the like men that become like gay, transsexual and all that other stuff. My thing is, even if I'm not with her, if I'm far away, if I'm like somewhere else, I don't tell people that I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't show that I'm, like I never understand how like women, when women are straight, or even when they're gay, they don't act a certain way. When they're gay guys, they're overly feminine. Like the wrist at all times, the popping the gums, the talking, slapping their cheeks, all that other stuff, the way they talk.
And you see, all of them is not like that either.
But I'm saying though, like I've yet to seen a woman act like that either. Not one. You know what I'm saying? Then you have the ones that have beards but have makeup as well.
And like I said, I could care 3 fly Fs what they decide to do.
You know what I'm saying? Tony, I don't go out there and tell people what I do in my bedroom.
I spent most of my life... Oh, okay. King Thrash says they just do what they do. Tony slandered 8 for something he did in jail. Now they're beefing.
Oh.
I mean, was he there? But I mean, banter. Y'all know how 8 talk. If he didn't call you up the P word or want to fight, not really mad, just a difference of opinion. DC got me weak. I don't know. We got the tough chicks.
My mom. That's my wife, Steve. Oh my god.
Dang, I look that old.
Stop.
Them young ma types. I like the young ma types. Like the dykes, the butches, whatever you call them. I like the young ma. Honestly, I like the young ma types.
I have my theory about butches.
Messy.
I have my theory about butches, but I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Well, look, let me tell you why I like the young ma types.
I have my theory of why they became butches.
Let me say, okay, listen. I like those. Okay, every dyke or butch that I know is not the same, but the people like young ma, I like her because she's not like loud and boisterous. She's not messy. She's not really a gossip type. She's just, hey, she likes girls and that's it. She want to wear baggy clothes, whatever. I don't care. Okay, so.
Glizzy King says, DC, have you spoken to Drew? What happened to him? From what I know, he changed his name to like Akeem's Journey. I haven't spoke to him since. I don't even know if that's the same Twitter he has. I've seen 1 or 2 of his videos. He was really going through some stuff before any of this stuff that was happening. Like, I would talk to him about like some other stuff, like family, him leaving to like a different country to like basically chill. Most people don't know like what happens to some other people, and I don't want to put his business out there, you know, at all. But he was going through some stuff where he was on medication, seeing therapists and stuff like that. He's not crazy. He's not psychotic or anything like that. Just dealing with other problems, family members and things like that.
But you know what?
But people out here will basically say or laugh at him or make jokes about him. But I actually know what's going on with him right now. And if this is a way for him to get peace with himself, I'm not going to knock it.
But
because for my peace, I break apart, have hundreds, thousands of screws that literally for an RC car, or take apart a PC, or literally, what did I do the other day? I broke down all the boxes in the garage, sweep, mop the floor. That's what I do to like get my peace. You know what I'm saying? So how somebody handles their peace. Plus I meditate too, or I play poker, and I'm terrible at poker. And the other night I won over $1 million just bluffing. I don't even know the damn hands.
What I would say, and I don't know much about all of them, but I would say in general, how he was saying how he was going through stuff in his personal life, I can guarantee you every one of you guys in this chat, including those other people you're talking about, got stuff going on. But the difference is some people are more vocal and honest about what they're going through. And then you have majority of the world who let you in on what they allow you to see. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure everyone is going through personal things.
Like, I was just going through depression not too long ago.
I wouldn't knock anybody for going through, stuff like that. I don't like to see it. But that's just social media. It's just a lot of fake stuff and people that just cling to stuff like that. Yeah. I'm not cool with that, You
know, and the thing is, people like us, or the people that are cool here, that know that, you can talk to people and all that other stuff. There are people that live for drama. There are people that live to clown on other people and basically bad talk another person, hoping for them to snap. Because to them, life right now is boring, that everyone's stuck at home. People are afraid to go out. It's entertaining to see what's going on. That's one of the reasons why, Black and Crew got so popular, because people like to see that type of turmoil and stuff like that. And the shows that are positive and happy, or the people that are positive and happy, they don't get that type of views. They'll have your one-off set of people, like the people that we know on YouTube that are popular, that aren't drama related. Those people made it, but there's not so many of them.
Yeah, people love drama. People love entertainment. People are nosy. I mean, I'm not gonna act like we're not somewhat into that, because look at celebrities. We all give opinions on celebrities and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but to a certain extent. Like, I could have my opinion on something, but I don't have to bash somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the Megan Tory thing, I can have an opinion, but I don't know these people personally from
I
a
don't
can
like
of
her.
paint. So I'm not gonna sit there and just, oh, I hate Meg, or I hate.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know
hate
these
her, but I don't like
people.
her. But because what was it she was doing? She was playing Martin Luther King, and then she started twerking her ass. Like, get out of here, bro.
And that's your opinion. There's gonna be people who disagree with you, and that's cool.
When this man died for our freedom and basically tried to get black people and white America to basically side with us, and he wasn't into parties and stuff like that. He, when it comes to like people like that are sacred, like people that have done things to save us. When you incorporate that in business and sex and like fashion, I have a problem with that because that's not what they were meant
you're
for.
entitled to feel like that. But me, I'm not gonna say I have a problem with it, but my opinion on it is you gotta understand how marketing works, and then in this day and age, that's a thing now. Partying and twerking and that's a thing. So Meg, it was kind of convenient that she's using the whole protect black women slogan to help gear her towards whatever it is she's trying to do. So from a marketing aspect, I can understand why they are pushing that so much with her situation.
Yeah, and also does working out help with anxiety? Yes and no to a certain degree. It
I
depends on what
think it
type of
depends
workout
on the
you're doing,
person.
and depends if you're doing it with people. Because if I always tell people, like, if somebody's going through something, like if you just had like a breakup, if you just lost like a person, if you just lost your job or something crazy happened to you that's like life changing, going to work out will not help with that. If you're going, like I always say, if you're going to try to overcome those things, try to find a hobby that takes your mind off of it, but not just that. For instance, let's say something happens between me and her. Me sitting down trying to assemble an entire RC car together has too much time for my mind to basically pander into thinking about multiple things, especially if you're a person that multitask things. Not multitask do things, but I'm thinking about a bunch of things all at the same time. Always try to find something that takes your mind away from it mentally and physically all at the same time. Either do it with friends, either do it where it's something that can benefit you. Like pick up like a snowboard or something. You can't think about a breakup if you're going 60 miles an hour down a snow hill. Because it's the difference between thinking about that person or losing your own life by crashing into a tree. What I'm saying is try to find a hobby that takes your mind mentally and takes you physically away. And try to surround yourself with people that basically see what you're going through and someone that can talk to you. There's so many times that I close up and I don't talk. And I keep all that bottled in. And when she asks me, I don't tell her. But when I do talk to her and I do tell her
And
what's
it will
going
cause
on,
problems.
and it
But
will cause like
continue.
closing out, like especially if you're the type of person that closes out and you snap on people when they ask you about it, it causes problems.
Because I'm not the one. But yeah, continue.
She is the one.
Definitely not.
But yeah, it's always good to find things that takes your mind away mentally and takes your mind away. It takes you away physically as well at the same time. Get a dog, train a dog, get a dog that's hard to train. That's gonna take your mind. I'm just saying different things to do.
He's talking about working out, so let's keep it on
let's
working out.
Let's say if it's working out, I don't know, do calisthenics because that's mental and physical muscle.
I think when it comes to working out, and I'm going to give you my perspective, arcade 24/7. As far as the anxiety part, it depends on what you like, what gives you anxiety or what you have anxiety about. But I would definitely say, first look at what your goal is, or just start working out. See what you like.
I'm gonna leave that
high
for you.
Intensity, whether it's jogging, calisthenics, cardio, weightlifting, whatever. And just know that you're not doing this for anybody but yourself. And just do it.
That's
just
a
clog
fact,
your mind
Takun.
with it.
If you have like a martial arts dojo, get into that. Not only is that mental and physical, but you're also working out your body and you are getting in shape.
Whew.
Yeah.
I like that question, Obey Anime. How do y'all deal with toxic family members? So do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Dealing with, I'm very cutthroat. She is not. Like, if there are family members that are like toxic or something, like a family member asking me for one of my vehicles and then trying to hit me with, hey, we're family, we're supposed to take care and look out for each other, but they've always caused me heartaches, I'm quick to say, yo, I don't give a F if you're family or not. What does that mean? That doesn't change anything. There are people that treat you better than some family members. That whole entitlement that we're blood, so we always have to look out for each other. I don't agree with none of that. Like, it's all about how people treat you as a person. And if they try to use like, oh, your mom, dad, uncle, cousin, you're supposed to do this, like, nah, I easily just cut them completely out of my lives. And I'll stop talking to them. But I'll cut. That's just me. That's how I deal with it. She could say whatever she wants. No, you're gonna speak on your half. I'm just saying how I deal with it. I have no problems cutting people off. And if somehow we come down the path again later on,
but that's not always easy for some people.
That's what I'm trying to understand different. Where I said this is how I deal with it.
And that's why I
said is just me.
Okay. Okay. So I would definitely say dealing with toxic family members, I do agree with what he said. I think we as people, we get stuck on titles. You would think because someone is family or because you're born into a family that it necessarily means you have to deal with or put up with certain things. But toxic is toxic. You know what I mean? You become like whatever you're around. So if you're constantly around people who's putting out toxic behavior or doing something in your life, somehow it's gonna come back to you. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do agree. You can cut them off or you can let people know how you feel. And if it's not changing anything, then I would agree that you should cut them off. It is hard to do that, but you have to remember you're doing this for you. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, this is your life. And if you don't like something, you're the only one that can change that and allow that. So if someone is being toxic to you, you can't blame them. You got to blame yourself because you're allowing it. Mm-hmm. So you have to do something about it.
You ever know the saying or have heard the saying, you could love somebody from a distance?
Yeah.
That's always a thing. Like, so for instance, I have no family that lives in California. None of my immediate family, not one. Mm-hmm. And I don't have a problem with that because I can love my family from a distance. I don't need family to just pop up at my house and basically get in my business, see how I'm raising my kids, question how I'm raising my kids, question how I'm living, question if I'm sleeping in late, question on how often we're cooking, question anything, how I'm cutting the grass, question any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you as a family, you know, like how there are family members that don't teach you the rights and wrong in growing up, but when you're an adult, they try to tell you how to live your life or like compare your life to them. Man, F out of here with that. Like, you didn't teach me how to get credit. You didn't teach me how to basically buy a home. You didn't teach me the ins and outs of mortgages. You didn't teach me how to like fix a car, build a PC. I figured out all of that shit on my own. So if you come to question how I'm doing things now, it's too late for that.
And Obey Anime, yeah, I prefer loving from a distance. I don't need to be in everyone's fan. Yeah, and that's absolutely okay. You know, at the end of the day, everybody is different. There are so many different personalities, and that's okay. You know, I prefer if you don't want to cut somebody off completely, it's okay to love somebody from a distance because if that's what's going to give you a better understanding or relationship with them, then that's fine. You know, I saw people talking about exercising and stuff earlier, and I know right now for some people,
gyms are closed.
Yeah, a lot of gyms are closed, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of struggle with that because it took me a little while to kind of self-motivate myself to get up and start working out at the gym again. And then when they closed the gyms again back in November, I'm not gonna lie, for a couple weeks I became a little stagnant. But I told myself recently I'm gonna start doing speed rope or jump roping, because that's a form of cardio and high intensity. So I think I'm gonna just start really small. At one point, I was trying to buy a bike for the longest time, but from the time the pandemic,
because of resellers,
ow,
one of the biggest selling items after this happened was bike riding,
bicycles,
and niggas was
skates.
buying up bikes that were like 500 and trying to sell them back for like 6,000. So it's like hard to like these scalpers, bro. Like they already see that people are going through things, and they're like,
But it's a come up.
it's a come up, but it's
Yeah.
like I get it. Hobbies are sometimes selfish, but
Yeah.
people like just like you, there are people that can't afford to live in a high expense. So the people that don't live, that live the same as you, and they can't find those things, though you tend to hurt those people.
Yeah, so I'm trying not to like make excuses anymore. I definitely want to try um jump roping. My brother came by the other day and he brought me like a speed rope. I want to get a weighted rope. And I just want to start
I had
off
a weighted
really,
rope,
really
but
small
you're
and
cool,
basic.
bit it up.
Um, yeah, in these times, scalping is definitely a booming business because, again, it's a come up, you know? I had to give my pops that treatment. Like DC said, I'm cutthroat. I don't mind cutting people off or cutting off fam. I got a job, my own place, car, and about to graduate, and it made me more self-aware.
Yep.
That's good. And that's what it's about. You know, we as adults, we have to find ways to make things work in our lives.
That's
and
good. That's good, Arcade. Just remember this though: if you're working out to lose weight or to get in shape, just remember this. I'm pretty sure you've heard this before. 30% of that, or 40% of you maintaining your body is working out. The rest of that is dieting. Like people don't understand. Like I haven't, other than doing like Beat Saber, bro. I burn almost like 1,000 calories a day in Beat Saber. You know what I'm saying? I'm not lifting weights or anything like that. But you can, if you don't like watch how you eat, all that food just basically gets stuck in your body. If you're a person that eats a lot of salt, remember salt like holes and like it holds water. So you could be working out, but you're eating a lot of salty foods and stuff like that. A soup diet is also bad. It can bring up your blood sugar. I mean, your blood pressure and all that other stuff. So dieting is super important. Watching everything that, like people, I hate when people tell you like, oh, you shouldn't, if you're not gonna use sugar, don't use stevia. You know, like if you're gonna get away from sugar, just stop eating sugar. And in general, like I hate how people tell you like doing something is bad. Everything is bad if you do it bad. You got to do things in moderation. The same way, like if you're gonna like go on a diet, you can't go on the diet every single day. You can't. You have to change it up. You got to trick your body. You know, like that's why there are people that literally, well, they'll go to gym 4 days out of the week. They'll change it up and have one day do like a total body workout where it just drains your body because your body wasn't expecting that. If you go to the gym on Monday, you do arms, and Tuesday you do chest, on Friday you do legs, and then what is it? On Thursday, the next day you do cardio. If you keep doing the exact same patterns, your body just gets used to it, and it's harder to stress your body out to build definition and more muscle. So you have to change it up. The same way you even eat too. Have a cheat day, a random cheat day. Not every single day you eat the same thing.
I have too many cheat days.
Yeah.
I love food.
Get yourself an air fryer. Get rid of oils.
You gotta work into a healthy lifestyle and want it. That's
Yep.
true. You really do. And instead of thinking of the perfect workout routine and stuff, I guess the best thing to do is just start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just start. See where you stand. See what you're good at. See what you need to work on. And for some people, they get it quickly. For others, it may take months, and that's okay. You know, it's really the end goal. At the end of the day, you're just practicing a healthy lifestyle habit.
And while it may seem hard for like the first 2 days to get into like a diet, literally, if you keep doing that over and over and over again, getting rid of sugar, getting rid of soda, drop down to sparkling water, and then drop down to water itself, then drop down to like teas and water. By the time you realize it, literally everything will be normal. You won't be craving that. When I first did keto, every time that I'm like 2 miles away from sugar or like chocolate, I would smell it like a hawk can find worms from miles away. I would smell it. But after a while of just literally telling myself no and just drive by it, I've gotten to the point where it's like, I don't care anymore. I don't need it. I'm good. All that stuff.
So, do you guys know about this Clubhouse app? I have a friend now, and she's asking me if she wants to invite me to this app, but I don't know anything about it. Have you guys heard of Clubhouse? I know like a lot of people are doing that now, but I don't know. I'm from Sri Lanka. Please support us.
Hello. I've never seen that person before.
Support you in what way? I guess I gotta see what's going on over there recently.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we've been up to lately. Just doing stuff, trying to elevate ourselves, family time.
Space Host, I'm about to cheat with this Ben and Jerry's.
Man, I want something to eat too.
Seriously, always like. Here's the thing.
I heard
too,
about
like,
it. Obey anime.
People think that like when you could do keto, right? Or you could just do yourself what's called a low carb diet. And I don't know if there's such a thing as like the way I do it. I go 3 days low carbs, just straight vegetable and water. And also be careful, man. Like when you see baggy eyes and stuff like that, it's not all the time that means that you're tired and stuff like that. It could means that like you're eating too much salt, you're eating too much protein, and you're basically your liver and kidneys not able to basically break all that stuff down. And that could be a sign of like, kidney failure or kidney problems and stuff like that. So just watch how you eat. Drink a lot of water, eat vegetables. You're supposed to have 7 cups of vegetables every day.
Okay, I think it's called Shuddy or Shooty Vlogger. He's asking for a shout out. I'm not sure if he's talking about the channel or what he wants to shout out.
Check out Shuddy Vlogger.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what's going on over there.
You can type in the chat like whatever it is you're trying, It's funny, Obey Anime, he said, I watched old cartoons like Ed, Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'll tell you. And Kids Next Door. I forgot how funny those shows are. It's funny you said that, Obey Anime, because literally, I think it was Friday or Saturday, I showed my kids the Popeye versus Sinbad the Sailor, like that one cartoon.
They were laughing so hard.
And I was trying to show them like some of the old cartoons that we used to watch.
Real Monsters, Kablam.
On Disney, they have Darkwing Duck, DuckTales.
That's me right here.
I was trying to show them like all the classics, like what mommy and daddy used to watch. Of course, I think kids today, they're so stuck on graphics and stuff. I used to love Doug. I used to love Hey Arnold and all that good stuff. The soreness after working out for the first time. Yes, that's called DOMS, delayed on muscle soreness. Yes, but partially stretching before and after can help with some of that. And
that's also important.
And post workout, they always say it's really good to add protein within the first half an hour after working out. That's supposed to help.
Potassium, that helps with muscle recovery.
Do they have Tailspin? Do you know?
Yes, they have Tailspin.
Okay.
Disney Plus does have Tailspin. They have DuckTales, Scrooge McDuck, and all that stuff. They have all of that old stuff.
Yes, but yes, that soreness definitely.
Stretching
is
stupid important when it comes to people that lift weights. If you don't stretch, you're gonna end up lifting weights. You're not gonna hurt yourself. You possibly could, but you won't be able to stretch anymore. Like trying to scratch like the inner side of your back because you don't lift, because you don't stretch. You're taking away what's the word I'm looking for? Articulation in your body, and to the point where you can't. You ever see like big muscular dudes? They can't reach around or touch their back, or you wonder how they wipe their ass because they're just literally standing like this all the time. That's because a lot of those dudes don't stretch. And it's not because you're big and muscular. There are people that are muscular that could do splits, flips, I've seen dudes do martial art flips and all that type of stuff with that are huge buff, and it comes down to stretching.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Favorite member of the Bat family and why? Who is one Marvel and DC character you can relate to? Ooh, that's a fun question.
I would have to say, that's hard, man. I feel like I relate more to Superman because of my family. I feel like an outcast, and I'm always away from them. I don't even know what they're doing, stuff like that. And everything that I did, I learned on my own. And there are people that look down on you because you do things that you're different. Like, I was the first to join the army. I was the first to do a lot of different things in my family. So I think I could relate more to Superman, not in the invincibility part, more of like the cast out type of thing. Marvel, I don't really know. I'm not really into Marvel like that. If anything, I feel like a member of the mutants.
So I would probably say, I think the character that I would be most relatable to, I don't know if it's just because he's one of my favorite Marvel characters, is Peter Parker. Just on the nerdy aspect. And I'm not going to say I'm not into DC, but that one's kind of hard. I would have to really think about that one.
Ooh, Shazam. That's more relatable to me.
Not for me.
Shazam. Yep. Shazam, because one, even though I'm not an orphan, definitely feel like it sometimes. And he's smart, intelligent, kind of had to grow up and learn things on his own. And he got help from others to become where he is. That's not family, you know? So I would have to say Shazam.
That's really hard for me. I think, thinking from the Marvel side. But on another topic, I do want to see the new Wonder Woman movie.
We might have to see that tonight.
The only thing that I saw the other day, I saw there was an article where people were asking her because I guess in the comics,
you are right.
Yeah, the new shows are trash. I saw an article the other day that said, I guess I forgot the actress name, but the lady who plays Wonder Woman. I know in the comics back in the day, they were basically saying. It's been theories where they believe because of the town she's from, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but her world, it's like all of beautiful women and stuff. Amazons. And people were saying, no, but it was the name of the world. Anyway, people were saying that she might be bisexual, so I guess people asked her, like, will you be open to be playing a bisexual character? And she said, yeah, I'll be open to it.
Ever remembering a time where Wonder Woman was bisexual.
No, I never said that.
No,
there's theories. People were saying because she lived in a place where it was just all women. That's the town. I forgot the name of the town she's from.
That's the thing, though. It's not all women because those women have to be born and stuff like that. So they separated themselves.
But I don't know if they got that deep to that But I just know there's been theories about that possibly she could be bisexual. So I guess people asked her.
People always try to see
Wonder Woman
these
was
things
bad. It looked like a 2004 superhero movie. They didn't include her sword now because they said the sword is too aggressive.
Like, yo, why do people always want to mesh this thing into everything? It's like every time it's like Wonder Woman in the comics was always straight. Always straight. Either between Superman, the dude from the war dude, to Batman. She was always straight. Fuck a theory. Based on every comic from the beginning of comics from DC, before it became DC Valiant Comics or whatever it was, before then, she was always straight. Why do people always want to push this narrative like, oh, well, it's always been straight. Now let's see if she's gay or she's into chicks. Like, why? Like, it's like Batwoman. Because of how terrible that show was, you know what the CW did? Now there's a black Batwoman. Like, why do they push these things to pander to people? Like, yo, just create a whole new character, man.
Yeah, well, you're asking why I think they do it because they feel they have to garner different audiences. That's what I would assume.
Then create different characters.
Yes, that was the name of the place. I don't know how to say it, Arcade, so I am not even going to try to butcher that.
The mascara. It's the mascara.
But yeah, I heard a lot of mixed reviews about the Wonder Woman movie. So it's like I was in such a good place when I seen the first movie and the origins and just her story. And I liked it. But I'm kind of scared to watch it and then be disappointed. So I don't know if I'm in a rush to watch it right now. She's full LGBT and Superman. Oh, see? I mean, I'm not even surprised anymore. So much pandering, just cancel Batwoman and put on Static Shock.
Facts, bro. Like, what was the point? Yo, and I heard that because they did this, like, they went to, like, the black chick out of nowhere. She even made, like, a racist comment. And I was like, yo, just cancel the show, bro.
Yeah, they always,
Batwoman back in black. I'm like, who are these writers?
Yeah, pandering, but I don't know what, I guess that term, that's why pandering is a thing.
Like, there are so many kids, like one of my boys, he's not a Peter Parker fan. He loves, what's it called, Miles Morales. And he looks up and tries to read things about him. Just create a different character. You're not going to lose fans. Just create another character.
Yeah, I guess in the entertainment world, that's kind of like a slippery slope because...
Like, the chick that's going to play Little Mermaid, the black girl, why? Everybody knows Little Mermaid as a white girl. Even little black kids.
I don't see a big deal about that because...
I think it's epic pandering.
I don't know, because I know a lot of people were upset about that, and a lot of people looked at it because it's like, okay, the mermaid that we know, the one we read about in these like fable stories, the mermaid we grew up with on Disney, it was a white girl with like red hair, but realistically speaking, I don't
look,
think
we said something about black women and Takun came out of nowhere. Oh man, that's funny.
I don't know. Those things, it doesn't bother me because I just feel like that, I feel like people who has that mindset, that's like you getting upset when they make a movie different from the way the book is. But it's not always going to be the same, and just go with the flow. I mean, look how upset people were about Robert Pattinson being the new Batman. And it's like, I am open to it.
See, that's different. That's different.
Think so.
No, that's different. That's a different actor.
Okay.
That's like comparing. That's like comparing.
No, I get what you're saying. I know it's different, but what I'm saying is, I think you should have that same type of open mindset to it. What if this girl that's supposed to play mermaid in her thing? What if she does a good job? I don't give a fuck if she's black, white, pink, blue, Spanish, yellow. I don't care.
So would you have a problem if Wolverine came out like 100% transvestite?
Would I have a problem with it? I don't know if I would probably watch the movie, but I would, if I still think the storyline is going to be good or whatever, I would watch it just to see why they wanted to put that into the storyline. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to let that be the full reason for me to be dismissive automatically to the movie.
All right, so what if they started out with Wolverine tonguing down some dude?
I mean, I see that in movies and stuff now. So it's like,
man.
What if they did that when you watch the movie, but they didn't make that the focal point? Are you going to just walk up out the movie theater and say, nah, I ain't watching this movie no more?
You know
I'm
me.
gonna want to see.
You know me. When it came down to things
I
like
just
Kill Bill, how
crazy.
homegirl just came out of a whole coma, literally can't even fully walk yet, and kill over 60 Yakuza ninjas. I was out. I gotta walk straight out the theater. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out.
What I don't like about all the race switching for characters is that it doesn't let the stories of the original characters shine. And I get that part. I definitely understand it on that note. But like I said, for instance, with Batman,
weren't they trying to make Brie Larson gay?
I don't know.
When we watched the movie, the Captain Marvel.
I don't
Remember
know,
the black girl that was a pilot? Wasn't it kind of like hinting towards that? Like she might be bi?
I honestly, I don't remember. There's plenty of black comic book characters that have their own stories and background, but they get no shine because there's. Yeah, I agree with that, Takon. I do. What I was saying was, for instance, like with the Batman thing, even you at one point, very dismissive. Once they came out that Robert Pattinson was going to possibly be the new Batman, people was ready to just write petitions and like
But
they
babe,
were
I
so
also did
against
this. I
it.
also did the same thing to the dude that played it before then.
Okay, I'm not saying you didn't. The point I'm trying to make is, but when that trailer came out, that changed the mindset of a lot of people. So I'm just saying I'm not gonna always let that affect my reasoning for or turn me away completely from a movie or character that I've been following or really liked. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you watch movies and it doesn't always live up to the hype, and then you're disappointed.
Uh, what's it? Unpopular opinion, and y'all could kill me now. I think Ben Affleck's the best Batman out of all of them.
Maybe just that chin. Maybe
Nah,
that chisel chin. But
I don't know. From the comic books that I've seen where Batman beat people to a pulp,
I am actually here for Robert Pattinson.
He's the closest to beating them to a bloody pulp from the comic books. Like,
Well, I'm actually
and
looking
his
forward.
suit. I think his suit was fire.
Well, I'm looking forward to see how Robert Pattinson plays Batman. I actually think that's gonna bring us the comic book
See?
Batman.
Legend. Perfect. They better not make Blade white. Facts. He's always been black.
Yeah, I get that. But if they did make him white, will you not watch Blade anymore?
Okay, what if they make Luke Cage, not Luke Cage, what's his name again?
I just feel like I kind of gotta go with.
What if they made
story.
Mr. Miyagi white? Mm-hmm.
In that case, because of how that show is and the Karate
He
Kid
could have been a
movie-
black dude. He could have been a black dude.
No,
I mean,
listen,
he could have been
let
a
me
white
answer your
dude.
question.
Okay, go ahead.
In that situation, I don't think it will coincide well because in that case, it's like some of the origins of the story went back to Asia or like Mr. Miyagi's background and stuff.
Mhm.
So something like that, that's different. But like Little Mermaid, where it's a fable and in the book they never really explained how she looked or they wasn't that descriptive. People are going off of Ariel from Disney.
Mhm.
And that's what they were basing Mermaid off of. But if it's not going to deter
Nah.
or take away the story, I don't think it's a big deal. But if it's something drastic like you said, like Blade, then I don't know. I think it just depends. I don't know. He said 100% won't watch.
Obey Anime said, I don't know about that, Chief. Ben Affleck, nah. See, that's my thing. Like, Christian Bale, you know what it is?
I liked him
Christian
in
Bale
Batman
had
too.
good
Christian
movies.
Bale.
He had, those Batman movies were good. But is he a good Batman? Is he a good Bruce Wayne? My man did zero detective work. He had, Batman did use the voice changer. That was a part of his cowl. His whole voice part, like, he didn't use a voice changer. He basically, I'm Batman. Like, he changed his voice. Like, no, Batman always had a voice changer in his costumes. Always. He had that a part of his cowl setup. Like, no.
I think Robert Pattinson would be a good Batman for this film since this is supposed to be set in Bruce going as Batman his first year, plus he's younger.
True, I think that would be a better send off because having Ben Affleck just jump into the Batman, the Superman universe, the Justice League universe, and not tell his story. He literally his first time seeing is going directly to fight Superman. That was a bad way to start it off, and that's where the Justice League universe screwed up. They should have at least had his own Batman movies. Granted they had Batman movies, but it wasn't under the same arc. It wasn't under the same director. It wasn't under the same universe. You know what I'm saying? So I think they should have done differently. But Ben Affleck, best Bruce Wayne I've ever seen. Best detective I've ever seen. Best detective. And his suit fits. and he is a better depiction of beating a nigga till they halfway dead Batman. You play Batman the video games right now, and you
what
wonder
about the trailer we seen for Robert Pattinson?
No, that's what I'm saying. It has good potential because it's starting from fresh. I hate how people's like, he can't be Batman. Like, if I could afford the same car he got, then he's not a Bat. This is Robert Pattinson figuring like this. People don't understand that Batman, the way Batman with Christian Bale came out, he created nothing. He stumbled on a suit. Batman in the comics made his first outfit.
It's hard to find an actor that's a good Batman and Bruce Wayne. You usually get actors that are good in one or the other. I agree. They need to give us a Green Lantern film because that other one was garbage. I agree. Can we get a Batman Beyond movie or a Dick Grayson movie? I guess that's what Obey is asking.
Dick Grayson's absolutely. That would be a really good movie.
There was a moment he didn't have a voice changer. Bane know who he was because of his voice and body language from seeing Batman and Bruce Wayne in the comics. Mm-hmm. Question: what Green Lantern you like better?
Damn, what was his name again?
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
No. Damn, what the hell was his name?
Who's the other guy? Tobey Maguire was the best. Oh, okay. So while you think about that, Tobey Maguire, out of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield,
dude, what's the black
and Tom Holland, I liked Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, but his love interest.
Hey, Taco, they may screw up the Flash movie, by the way.
I love his the chemistry that him and Emma Stone had on set for their love interest.
Who?
He's saying who?
No, who you said? Andrew Garfield?
You ain't paying attention. I said I like his love, like the chemistry he had with the girl on screen. But I think Toby and Tom Holland played the better nerdy Peter Parker type feel, you know? Mm-hmm. I did like Toby better for that aspect. But I feel like the love interest was more genuine with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. And Tom Holland, he's kind of annoying, but in a good way for Peter Parker, if that makes sense. Let's see. Reset the whole DC universe at this point.
I prefer John. That's his name. Damn, I had the last name in my head. John Stewart, and then Hal Jordan. I never seen the Guy Gardner, but it's between. Yeah, remember the ring changes and picks different people. Remember, they also have they're supposed to be like the Guardians of the Galaxy. So was multiple rings out there, and not all of them is the main character in the comics. They're like different areas and could protect in different parts of the world. Mm-hmm. So I did like John Stewart, and Hal Jordan added more comic to it. John Stewart was more of no, I have to kill you, no comics, no jokes, no laughing, and then Hal Jordan was kind of like the Peter Parker of the DC universe with comics. His comedy was kept the comics together.
Somebody said I heard the new Batman film is supposed to be set as Earth 2.
I don't know.
Oh. Happy New Year, Futuristic Viper.
Happy New Year, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to end it soon.
I definitely did enjoy this stream. We're probably going to end it in a couple more minutes. But if you guys have anything else you want to throw in there or ask or give input or insight on, feel free to. I love the comic movies, though. My kids are not really into it yet, but I be wanting them to be into it.
I want them to make a Logan. The Logan comic book, I want them to make that into a movie. They kind of did too. They kind of did with the last one, but I'm talking the comic books. Mm-hmm. But that was probably one of the only ones that Marvel movies, comics, or what was I saying? Marvel movies that had me soft when Wolverine died at the end. That shit.
Okay, so what Legend said, that's how I feel. So today, Toby was the best Peter Parker, but Amazing Spider-Man, I definitely enjoyed that movie more.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoyed The Amazing Spider-Man.
I think the problem is they always have a hard time picking the hero versus,
and then the person itself. Yeah,
they've always had a hard time doing that. That's why I think when it comes to this Miles Morales movie, they're gonna have a better job with this one because what's it called? Miles Morales in his costume is the exact same person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta keep doing it. Yeah, I actually like vibing with you guys and just talking about random stuff. I do think we should continue it. I be wanting to. It's him. If I don't mention it, he will just forget about it.
Tell her to check off that X Max.
I ain't checking off shit.
And I'll do this more. Actually, to be honest,
you see, he's black.
There are times that I just want to go live and do like VR poker or like VR shooting because I could read comments the way I have my VR set up. And what's it called? I could do like VR poker. We could just talk, chill, I can just see the comments.
Would you guys like him to do that sometimes, or like where we're playing a game or someone can recommend, hey, play this while we talk or stream? I think that would be fun. Or sometimes.
Or you guys could do game recommendations to stream for the day, not like a whole series. But to stream for like 2 hours of like specific games that we'll both play
while we talk about
and
stuff.
You guys don't have to give us the money. We'll buy the game or we'll check the game out ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So if that's it, like
Guys. I was Mrs. Cloud to get more podcasts. Yes, you need to. And then maybe sometimes we can bring up a topic like a random question like, is this or whatever, and then like we could have people call in and give like their insight or perspective so we can like talk about
I know
things.
sometimes people want other people to be a part of the conversation, but it's kind of hard.
Okay, yeah, see, I don't know the back end of that stuff. I know he does, but I would be open to that where we talk about a topic. Like
bring on another couple, have another couple.
We could do that. We can just do different stuff. Or I'm down for that, because we're just doing it. I don't care if it's 5 people, we're not doing it for the numbers or the views. Clearly, if we're not even that consistent on YouTube, that shows, we're just, not that it shows, but I know we're clearly not doing it for any other motive other than just vibing with you guys and just hanging out and talking about just random
topics. This is therapy sometimes for us. I think I've said that before.
Yeah, so I'm definitely more open to it, but I think we can do different things like that. We can play a game or something sometimes or stream while we talk freely like this. Instead of just focusing on one topic, we can just bring a range of topics, or you guys, we can do Q&As. People can call in.
Yeah, we could play a game or something like that.
Would you guys want to do like call-in shows where we talk about something? And I don't
want Aid coming at my neck because he does a call-in show.
Oh, okay. So I guess he's the only person that does that?
No, he doesn't, but know. The other day my son got me into playing Fortnite with him, and mind you, I don't play that game. And we played a few matches and we won because of my little 12-year-old, bro. Like, he was mopping dudes up. I actually have a video clip of him with only 1% health, took out 7 people back to back. And he's on the Switch with the low 30 frames per second. Yo,
my son is always asking me if I can play with him, but I've never played that game.
And he was like, "Yo, I'm almost as good as Ninja." I'm like, "Okay, all right, buddy." I'm like, it's my son. I'm like, "Yeah, of course you are." But after seeing how he played, this dude was building up shit and just taking dudes out. And my little son, like, if you watch the video, my youngest one is like, he's got 1 health and killed all of you. 1 health. And I'm like listening to his little Toy Story voice yelling.
You know what? If you can have a way of like playing that clip on here or showing it, let's show it to them next time.
Yeah, I'll show it to them next time.
Because I still didn't see it, but I remember he was telling me about that. And our younger son, he don't really play games like that. He'll play or jump on from time to time, and he always teases my older son and say, "Fortnite's trash." So it's funny that I came home one day and I see these 3 playing Fortnite, and my younger son, he's kind of into it now. I heard him saying, "Yeah, I'm level 30 now," and I'm like, okay, whatever that means. Okay.
Yo, but it was just funny, man, and you could tell the other dudes that were playing were like like PC players, the way that they were turning around, they definitely had keyboard and mouse. And I'm like, yo, did he just kill y'all on a Switch? 30 frames? Come on, man.
I think it's cool the way it is, Black Love. Oh, okay, thank you, Legend.
Thank you, Legend.
You got your Mrs. DC. I was just listening to It's Tricky song today. It's Tricky song.
It's getting tricky. I don't know. I gotta look that up. It's tricky.
Skills are skills, bro.
Yeah, man. Yo, because the thing with Fortnite is it's not about like your aim. This man was building and shooting and jumping
with
and
1%?
hiding with 1% health.
Just the thought of that is funny. You know what I actually was thinking of doing for the longest time? When I was doing the hair channel and when I told people about my kids, there was a lot of people who was interested in seeing what a day in the life is with like us being a married couple and like a family of 6. For some people, they find that interesting just to see what it's like. Hey, don't forget the
dogs. Dogs are people too.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like years ago. People have been asking me for the longest time. I was possibly considering making like a vlog channel. Like everybody is very fascinated with my kids and their little personalities and stuff. Can I talk to y'all on Discord for a minute after the show? Yeah, sure. Talk it up, Mixer. Y'all need to be the new Incredibles family. I would love that. I wish we had superpowers. Okay, I have a question before we all go. If you guys had an option to have some type of superhero ability, what ability would you want and why?
For me, it would be a combination of Batman's intelligence and, acrobatics mixed in with Superman. Because Superman can't fight for shit, but Batman can. And Batman is smarter than Superman. I
think I would want to be invisible. I want to be invisible. No, it's not just so I can rob banks. I just want to be invisible.
You want to sneak in on people in the bathroom?
No, I don't want to do all of that. But I mean, I'm kind of already introverted and I don't always like to be seen or the center of attention. So the fact that you're a superhero and all eyes is already on you, I like the idea of helping out or doing whatever, but on the low, but I'm not really seen. What was I going to say? Someone asked, what TV shows do y'all watch? Well, Jay Payne, I was saying earlier, I think I'm going to get into either Game of Thrones or The Wire. What about you? What shows?
I don't know.
It's kind of hard. It's honestly, we just watch whatever.
You gotta catch me on the right time. Like, I just finished watching Home Sweet Home on Netflix. I binged the whole thing, that whole day, and then I did. What was it? Come on zombies, or come at me dead. I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna look it up exactly. I just watched that and I binge watched the hell out of it.
King Darian said telekinesis. Legend said super speed. Takun said so. 2 people would like super speed, and lightning. Yeah, I think I would just want to be invisible, and maybe I want to be able to fly. I want to be able to fly invisible. I think that'd be cool. Oh, you're telling them what show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I definitely think I'm probably going to start Game of Thrones. And that's like when I watch shows, I like to binge watch shows. I hate waiting. Like one show I like a lot of medical shows. So I was
okay. The show is called Bring It On Ghosts. This show this was really good. It's a Korean ghost. Basically the dude could see ghosts, and he could basically fight ghosts and actually harm them. And his grandfather basically is a monk that basically does exorcisms. It's really long. He ends up falling in love with a ghost, and it's not your typical like action. It's got action, it's got love and stuff like that. But it's really, really good. The episodes are about like an hour long, but Bring It On Ghost, absolute fire.
I like the time control. Someone said, I would learn every fighting style in a month and travel the world. I like that concept. The ability to fly really fast for me. Have you watched, looks like Scrubso or Tenet?
No, I want to watch Tenet. I heard Tenet has bad audio. that's probably his lazy, what's it called? Christopher Nolan's laziest, like, work. Not the movie, but the actual, like, editing
like quality and stuff.
quality. Yeah, like he didn't even do it in DTSX
I
or
think a
Dolby
lot of
Atmos.
people are doing that because of the pandemic.
Yeah, he
I think
couldn't
people
really
are
do
just
much.
getting kind of lazy. But our dogs are fighting in the
Yeah, our
back.
dogs are fighting. Cut it out, Chase and Shaggy.
But this was a really fun stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to remind him to try to get that video clip of whatever he was talking about with our boys, and maybe next week we can try to like stream a game or something and try just whatever, you know.
Is Scrubs the one with the show with the guy from Clueless, the black dude that dated the?
I heard of Scrubs, but I never watched it. I do like a lot of medical shows, though. I loved Grey's Anatomy for a long time, but when they killed off My McDreamy, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. They killed off or like let go and added too many different people. And then I'm watching one now called The Good Doctor, where it's these interns who are training to be doctors. They're doing their residency, but the doctor is focused on an autistic guy, and it's just an interesting perspective just to see, although of course the show is not 100% realistic, but I think it's an interesting show. But right now the new season, because of that, I'm just like I like binge watching shows. Yes, he's from Clueless. And have you watched House?
No, I did not watch House.
Okay, well, we definitely did enjoy this stream. I don't remember the person I was asking if you
Legend.
Okay, so you know how to jump on or do. Okay, so I guess we'll talk to Legend real quick after this. But thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us. I always have fun having these random streams and conversations. And I hope that we can do it again next week. And if we do, let's see what we'll bring to the stream next time.
Hey, Legend, I don't know how to use Discord that well. Just call me on Discord. I'm on Discord right now. You should be able to do a audio call in and I'll pick up. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. As always, the show was great, and I will catch you on the flip.
Have a good evening or a good week, and thank you guys